I can't talk right now. I'm doing neurodivergent burnout shit.
Fuck being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live. Web hoes hate under my pictures on the gram. Bitch, you better hope I never run across your man.
Oh, Lord.
Let me help with that thing you're doing. You can actually completely take over. I have no desire to do the thing anymore. I know you've been into art, so I got you new art supplies. Shit. I suddenly no desire to do art anymore. Hey, you should ask out Sandra's daughter. Y'all would be cute together. I liked her, but now I suddenly don't. Why aren't you doing that the way I told you? Because you said I had to do it your way. Why didn't you listen to me? Because you said I had to listen to you. You need this job, don't you? Well, not anymore. What? Well, you said the word need. My brain doesn't like the word need.
What do you mean when you say you have noise going on inside your head? You know the tornado from The Wizard of Oz? Yeah, duh. Imagine you're standing in the middle of this tornado and all of these thoughts and ideas and everything are whizzing by you and you're trying to catch one specific one with, like, I don't know, an oversized bug catcher. Like the one from Animal Crossing? Yeah, sure, I guess. Sweet. So all these things are flying by you and you're trying to catch one specific thought, but usually you end up catching either nothing and everything is just chaotic, or you land on like one thing that has absolutely nothing to do with what you're trying to do. Right, so it's like you're constantly playing this game of trying to catch these little ideas as they whiz by. Exactly, and that's going on inside my brain all the time. Even when you're trying to sleep? Oh yeah, no, especially when I'm going to sleep.
Oh my God, just shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's been a green light. In 7th grade, when I said that joke, do you think they really laughed? I don't know if they really laughed. I think it was a fake laugh. I wonder if... Whoa. Was that green? Maybe. I definitely cut them off. Sorry. Just cut them off, didn't I? Oh, I just cut them off. I just cut them off. Maybe I just cut them. I think I'm such a good driver.
Stop the spirits when they need you.
I think if you speak to most people who have ADHD and you mention this stuff to them, they'll like completely know what you're talking about immediately. I will try my best to explain my experience. So like unmedicated me, I'm constantly having a conversation with myself in my brain. There's probably a song playing in the background, more likely a song that I've been hearing on TikTok a lot. I might also have like a phrase or a word or someone's name that is particularly catchy or memorable, also kind of repeating in my head. My brain is also kind of like a sieve for information. So I'll be in the middle of a conversation with someone and I'll suddenly remember something I need to do or something I need to buy. And all of a sudden I cannot pay attention to that conversation anymore because I immediately need to go online and buy that thing, or I immediately need to go do that thing. And if I don't do it immediately, I will completely forget about it. And then there's like the intrusive thoughts that apparently is also associated with ADHD. Medication has helped, but like I think this is just kind of a fact of life.
Welcome back to Burnout Mondays, guys. The series where I try to give tips to help my fellow ADHD gifted burnout kids. And y'all, all of your comments on my last video broke my heart a little bit. The amount of people that didn't know that ADHD and chronic fatigue are extremely connected amazes me. There are about 1,000,001 different reasons why, and I'm gonna try to go through a few of them today. Number 1, major vitamin deficiency. A lot of times this includes zinc, magnesium, iron, vitamin D. Get those checked. Number 2, sleep disorders. There is really good new research coming out that links sleep apnea really heavily with ADHD. Number 4, our brains just use more energy because we're taking in more information than the average person is. If y'all are feeling tired all the time and you're having a doctor tell you it's normal, it's not. You guys are absolutely not crazy, and there are things that can be done to help. There are good physicians out there who will take the time to figure out what is wrong with your energy. And lastly, please don't give up on yourself, guys. Your quality of life is so important and you deserve to be happy and healthy.
Why are neurotypicals so terrified of having ADHD? Or of finding out that their friend or their family member or their significant other has ADHD? The amount of times I've seen in the comment section of some of my ADHD videos, bro, I have this too, like, it doesn't mean that. It's usually in response to somebody who tagged them in one of my videos saying, yo, this is why I relate to ADHD content so much, like I do this. First of all, the more niche you get on ADHD content that you relate to, the more likely it is that you have it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Secondly, there's like this desperate almost fear-ridden insistence on eliminating the possibility of ADHD out of the question. Almost as if they know how people with ADHD are treated, or the quality of help that they tend to receive, or lack thereof. The way that ADHD and the medication for it is stigmatized in society. Is that what you're actually terrified of? Not feeling normal?
One of the things I wish people understood about living with ADHD is the frustration and the exhaustion and the disappointment and the irritation that you feel when you realize that you're not going to do the thing. Call it the dopamine wearing off or the hyperfixation fading or losing motivation or whatever. Sometimes you'll be in the middle of doing whatever and it just hits you all at once. Like, you're not going to do this. You're not gonna finish this. And so you're left with this feeling of like, why? Why am I even bothering? Why am I even trying? Like today, I went to go buy basil because I really like plants and I wanted some herbs. I was pushing a cart full of basil around the plant center when I realized that I was gonna have to take these home, and then I was gonna have to find a shovel, and then I was gonna have to find my gloves, and then I was gonna have to dig a hole, and then I was gonna have to plant the herbs, and then and I just gave up because it was just too much. There was just too much to it. And that's a shitty feeling. Some days are just a struggle. I guess I'm just doing my superpower wrong.
You know, one thing I've learned in life is that feelings are valid. Do you know why? Because you can't control them. Oh God. You know how people always tell you to control yourself and to control your feelings? I get literal goosebumps when I'm upset, and I can't fucking control that, Karen. When your feelings arise, it's good to process them. Let's say you get pissed off at someone, and you react and hurt them. Well, that's no good at all. That's how you lose people. But if you don't immediately react, and you process what you're feeling, sometimes you realize you're not even pissed off at that person. It's triggering you. I spent a lot of time numbing my feelings, lying to myself, telling myself that I didn't feel the way I did. But once I started to listen to my feelings, and acting how I wanted to instead of reacting, my life is so much better. So don't let anyone invalidate your feelings, because they're real. It's what you do with them that matter. And you can do a lot of good things. Because you're beautiful!
One of the scariest moments in my ADHD journey was the moment I realized I couldn't focus even when I wanted to. When I was a kid, I wouldn't pay attention in class because I didn't want to. I was doing little kid stuff. I was running around in the mud and stuff. But as I got older and started getting more interested in the things we were learning about in class, I was surprised to see that even though I was very interested, I still couldn't focus, no matter what I did. And I still mourn for that in some ways. So if you're going through that now, I'm sorry, I know what that feels like. But welcome to the family, my friend. I think you'll like it here.
The doomiest of doom piles.
First off, just go check out the video. She cracks me up. ADHD TikTok, talking about doom piles here. I want to know what your landing area is. That place where you walk into the house and you just set your shit down. It's the start of the doom pile, right? The landing zone. Mine is the kitchen counter. I'll walk in, throw anything on there. It'll sit there for a week before I get it sorted into a doom pile where it sits there for at least 6 months.
I've been doing How to ADHD, the YouTube channel, for 5 years now. And in those 5 years, the most important thing that I've learned by far is this. If you are struggling, there's a reason you're struggling. If you are struggling harder than those around you, there's a reason you are struggling harder than those around you. And that reason is not that you're lazy. It's not that you are morally deficient or a terrible human being. It is this. You are facing legitimate obstacles. And just because those obstacles are invisible doesn't mean that they're not there. And all of the shame that we pile on ourselves and have to slug through every day carrying is a waste of the time and energy that we could be using to learn what those obstacles are, to make those invisible obstacles visible to ourselves and to those around us, and to learn how to accommodate them.
Do you ever find yourself getting really emotional due to like finally figuring out a solution to what might seem like a simple issue? Like, I am so grateful for discovering neurodivergent TikTok and like how it has led to so much perspective shifting for me. Like looking at things through the lens of my sensory sensitivities has been like so helpful. Like realizing that I don't hate brushing my teeth at night because I'm lazy or gross, but because I don't like standing in front of the mirror with that blazing bright light on, and I don't like the flavor of mint toothpaste. And tonight, after crying about not cooking for weeks and weeks and weeks and thinking that I was lazy because of that too, I finally realized that it's because of the bright ass fluorescent overhead light in my kitchen that makes me not want to be in there. Such a simple solution that I would have missed if I didn't know I was
ADHD facts that you probably didn't know. Fact number 1, you need to drink water. That's it. That's the video. There's no more facts. That was the only one.